Uh, Hello.
Hey,
Sorry, I already start laughing every time I talk to you. Um,
that's fun.
yeah, so I have no official way to introduce you, but I will say, um, you, Michael Gardner, are the first person I wanted to interview. Like from the very beginning, I was always like, it's got to be Michael. It's gonna set the tone for everything. It's easy breeze conversation with you, and you almost have too much uh life experience for me to like contain in 40 minutes, which is good because that makes for a good conversation. But I got my little notes here. You're musician, comedian, teacher, mentor, friend.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. How'd you start your morning? How's everything?
um, this morning's been good, I guess. Yeah, I just got a new electric kettle.
Oh, like
Just setting it up.
as opposed to what? You were doing it like the old-fashioned way, like the 50s?
I no no, I was doing that for years.
Yeah.
I didn't know about these electric kettles until COVID, I guess, is when I got the one that I had until today.
When you decided to step up, um,
Yeah, I was just boiling water on the stove until then for everything.
that's crazy.
It is crazy.
It just
In
shows me that you have a lot of free time for those things.
I don't know. I do other stuff. But
That's a joke because that's exactly what you're not, someone with free time. Um,
that's true.
you right now, I think you're doing, before you even answer, I'm gonna just guess, right?
Okay.
Community group, always, right? On Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But you're a sucker for, routine. That's good.
A sucker for routine.
Are
Yeah,
you
that's true.
are you still teaching? Because you're also a teacher. You taught children music, right? Can you go into that?
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. But yeah, I did do that for 4 years. I was like an actual teacher. Um, and then for like 3.5, 4 years before that, I was called a teacher, but I wasn't really a teacher. I was really like a performer. I was like doing shows for kids.
Right.
Uh,
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah, we shared stories about the people who showed up to watch that, and it's funny.
yeah.
Is there like a
Wow.
standout performance where you were like, this is amazing, or this is like bad off the rails, like uncoordinated or anything like that?
I remember I had a coworker who would come in sometimes like not totally prepared. Um, Not always. I don't want to like give her a bad rap, but like, she had a busy weekend or whatever.
To put it lightly.
Yeah, wouldn't come in totally prepared, and we had to learn 4 new songs every week. So sometimes she wouldn't know all the words to the songs that she was supposed to sing. And we all make mistakes. We forget stuff when you're, doing a show like that where you have to learn all this new stuff all the time. But she would do this thing where when she would forget the lyrics, she would turn back and she would make eye contact with me.
Like it's
And
your fault or what?
no, just to be like,
Cover
whoops,
me.
isn't this funny? Like,
Oh.
I'm forgetting the lyrics. Whoops.
Oh
And I
boy.
was like, don't do that. Like no one, because she would just start making things up. Um, and I was like, you know what? No one's probably most people aren't gonna notice as long as you act like it's on purpose. But she kept looking back at me, and I was like, this is everyone knows what you're doing right now. Just be cool.
Oh boy. That's be cool for these children that just watching this performance go on? And was it like a traveling kind of show? Like, I know it was in this building and whatever, but like, was it something where there was like a change in scenery or whatever? It was just you guys playing and, uh, that was it, just like the music itself.
Yeah, we, narratively speaking, went to different places,
Yeah.
um, but nothing changed in the room really.
I see. I see.
We
So,
would go to like we'd go to like Izzy's place, and that was just like a bookcase where that he was this puppet named Izzy was behind, and he'd come out and was like, "Now we're at Izzy's place," and then we'd go to Grandma's house. Grandma was another puppet who was on the other side of the room.
oh my gosh.
Uh,
I went into it for a bit because it just makes me laugh every time I hear about it.
it's pretty ridiculous. It's crazy.
Speaking of going to different places, um, improv comedy is something that's like been a really big component of your life to the point where you're like coaching people and you're in a trio called Funk Shuffle with Dennis and Danny. Can you go into that more? Like what's going on with that lately?
Yeah, I guess then, yeah, so Funk Shuffle is an improv team and a sketch team that I've been on for something like 13 or 14 years. And yeah, so we've been doing improv comedy shows that whole time. We did two sketch shows, and we're working on a third. Um,
Can you give us a scoop on that? Or is it a surprise?
no, I can tell you about it. It's called Chad's Bad Day. And it's it's about this guy named Chad, and
Uh-huh.
he just has a really bad day. His day starts out bad, and it just gets worse and worse.
Who's Chad?
Danny plays Chad.
Danny plays Chad. Okay.
Yeah.
Was there a reason why Danny plays Chad?
The we like write our sketches through improv. We like do improv sets. We'll play for basically we'll like workshop it in these practices with our director. Um, or I guess technically they're like writing meetings, even though we're just improvising. But so we'll just improvise for like 15, 20 minutes, something like that, and then see if there's anything we like. So it came from an improv set where we just ended up doing this like narrative thing. Like we followed the story of this one character, and Danny just happened to be the one who played that character in that set. So now he's
Nice.
part of the show.
Um, I sent you like a interview form just to like, you know, cover some things from your background that a
And
lot easier.
from my background.
Yeah, your background check that you
uh,
did yourself. But
yeah,
anyways, you checked off writer, amongst
yeah,
musician and comedian. So is it for
yeah.
sketch comedy or is it that you're writing something else that I don't particularly know about that you haven't shared yet?
No, sketch comedy is what I had in mind. Is
Oh,
that I
okay, cool.
write sketch comedy.
Nice. Yeah, that's I mean, I've seen you guys play. It's like really good. And I don't say that lightly as someone who is a connoisseur in improv comedy. I I imagine these things are really difficult to pull off because it's all improv. And yeah, I mean, for you guys to be hosting and stuff, I remember something about I don't know if tiers is the right word for it, but there's like herald teams. Can you go into like what kind of like hierarchy there is in the improv comedy space? If I could,
Oh,
put it
yeah.
that way.
Sure. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's in like a very specific part of the community, I guess. I guess there are a couple theaters who have them now, but um, yeah, there's one theater in particular called the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, and it's probably the most popular improv theater in town right now. Um, it's been around since the late 90s, but like around, during COVID, like pretty much all the major improv theaters shut down and like including them. But they came back, the rest of them kind of didn't. There's another theater called Groundlings, but they really they don't do nearly as much improv there. It's more of like sketch comedy theater.
Yeah.
People who really want to do improv tend to gravitate towards UCB, the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater.
Yeah. And did you end up playing there at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, at a certain point, my like interest kind of started to lie somewhere else, but I have like performed there a number of times. Funk Shuffle had our own show there for a while, our own like improv show, and then um, both of our sketch shows ran there, each of them for like about a year. And then I've done a lot of kind of one-off shows that either Funk Shuffle have hosted or I've just been a part of. But yeah, none these Herald teams you were talking about are like those are like house teams that the theater puts together and they play like once every 2 weeks or something like that. Um, yeah, so that's kind of the for a lot of people that's their like big goal. So they want to get on one of those teams.
Really? Wow. That's like the I've made it in that side of town.
In some people's mind, yeah.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, I was just curious about it because it's, I guess if I were to, relate it back to music, which is closer to what I know to some degree, it's like once I don't really know when it's like the I've made it moment kind of clicks for people, but I'd like
Mm.
to think similar to you that you're just, it's just part of your life and you kind of have like pretty good day with these things and then you have like your average day where you're just working on things and it kind of, it doesn't really move any tides, but you're like working towards some goal and it's either self-fulfilling or like I don't know, you let it cook long enough and it's a result that you're proud of and people will tend to recognize that. That's I guess more a vision of success that I see. Is that something that you relate to?
Um, yeah, I think so. I mean, I like, yeah, I guess in my mind, there isn't anything like concrete really that I'm going for. I really just, like, I, I want to keep getting better at improv and I want to keep like trying new things and yeah, just putting on really good shows.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
Um,
so we started, me and Danny and Dennis, we started teaching classes a couple of years ago. So that's been one of my like focuses lately is like developing these classes and getting better at teaching those and like promoting them and stuff. I mean, I don't really like promoting them, but I do need to get better at it. I like teaching the classes. That is something I enjoy and I'm trying to improve.
nice. Yeah, that's for as long as I've known you in my adult life because well I guess I'll get to that in a sec but yeah it always seemed like this has always been like a constant for you is the coaching and the improv so I just wanted to give that a big highlight for you because it's very clearly like your bread and butter and it's funny because I see you so much as like a musician first and foremost and you know I don't know. I guess these days it's more like a jack of all trades, and I don't know. It's just my way of complimenting, I guess. But I want to get back to how I even know you, which is through a Young Life, and I guess I want you to explain what Young Life is, and then how we ended up actually meeting.
Uh, yeah, it's like a kind of, I guess, like a Christian mentorship program. Is I guess how I would describe it. Um, that like goes to high schools and tries to just kind of create a place for students to kind of hang out and like have just sort of a safe space to like just sort of be together and like also be like connected with older people who can kind of like mentor them.
Mentor is a good word because that's very much something that you, it's very much someone that you are and have always been, even if you're not trying to be. You know, you end up in like community groups and volunteering for stuff and for service and coaching, you know, like always, there's always something there. But yeah, the young life thing that you were mentioning, like I was part of that. And I, you know, I've seen you around, obviously, and I actually got in it because the person I was dating at the time told me to go, and I said okay. It wasn't that I was called to it, but then I was once I got there, I made friends, and it was a good safe space. It was a good like after school spot to go to that wasn't just like, I guess, going out and about, like loitering and I guess not really doing anything productive. But yeah, we went to, I guess this all culminated to this week-long camp called Woodleaf that these kids would go to and, you know, signed up for and went to. And you also went to that. And if I remember correctly, you know, each volunteer or mentor got about five or so kids to like keep an eye on through the whole week. And then who did they leave you with?
You.
Just me. I was,
Yeah.
you were the only person that got just me. And I was
Yeah.
like, I feel so bad for this guy. But that actually turned out to be like the most valuable kind of week that I've had is like kind of getting to know you more and like being like I guess learning a lot of things about you and learning from you. And there's a lot of like vulnerable places that that sort of that trip kind of sort of helped me to see about my own past and stuff. And you know, it was cool. You know, it's funny because I felt more like I was Christian and stuff, like predominantly, and I was kind of going down that path of like, you know, I'm going to go to church weekly and stuff like that. And I sort of fell out of it. I think I started to kind of choose my own path of I don't know, spiritual belief, and I just kept the values of Christianity while not really practicing it. I just be a good person, you know? Are you practicing that like regularly still? Like what's your journey been with that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I became a Christian when I was in high school, and I've like I've pretty regularly been in church like ever since then. Um, I kind of had a pretty similar experience to you, I guess, in high school, and that like I wasn't in like any sort of program first, but my parents, who were not really practicing Christians, they just wanted to get me out of the house during the summer,
Yeah.
and so they sent me to a Christian summer camp. Uh, they weren't really aware of what it was, and when I found out, I told them. I was like, "Do you know you're sending me to a Christian camp?" And they were like, "Oh, well, you're going anyway." They like they didn't make a
Wow.
difference. Um, but it really like changed my life. Yeah, like the mostly just like the people there were like so clearly affected by something else that I like wasn't aware of. They were so kind of like uh generous and kind of just bold with their kindness and like openness, and I was like, "Oh, I want whatever these people have." Um and like yeah, eventually it took me like 2 years like going back to this place and getting to know these people more, but eventually I was like, "Oh, I get it. We're going. at this camp, we like are going to church every day and hearing about God. I guess that's because all these people believe in God. Like that's the difference. And
Yeah.
I think that's what made me like interested in it was that like it had like changed all of these other people's lives for the better. And I was like, well, sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Can I see your Bible? Do you still have it? Your orange taped
Oh,
Bible?
yeah, yeah, it's
I
right over here. I'll get it.
I yeah, go for it.
Yeah. It's it's seen some better days. Oh.
Center it in front of you. I think that might help because it'll show your face at the same time.
Huh?
There it is. This is sort of a
Okay.
go
Kind
further
of.
back. Once it sees your face, it'll show the full picture.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
There you go.
What does
Okay,
that
this is what it
say?
looks like. It says this is my sword.
Yeah.
Uh, a reference to a verse in the Bible that talks about the word of God being your sword.
Wow. Yeah. It just all that specific Bible always fascinated me. It just has so much history on it. It's just it looks worn out, but it's like your main guide, you know? That's
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought that was fascinating. I wanted to go into you drumming. That's like one of many instruments you know how to play. What can you tell me like are the instruments that you feel you're pretty good at?
uh, none of them right now.
Right now.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I at one point feel like I was pretty good at drums. I went to yeah, drums were my first instrument. Um, it was like a lot of years before I learned to play anything else. And I moved down here to LA to go to a music school, mainly to study.
From
Oh, from the Bay Area, the Santa
hmm,
Cruz. Um, yeah. So I grew up there near Santa Cruz, and then moved down here to go to music school, mainly to study the drums. So yeah, that's definitely my like main instrument. But I also have learned guitar and banjo. I play some piano. Um, and I have spent a lot of time singing. I'm not
yeah,
so much trained.
that's always been the through line for you I've seen. It's the singing. And you are a songwriter, you know, I've seen your iPad filled with like you know, hundreds, well, I don't know if hundreds, but a lot of songs and layouts and stuff. Um, Whenever I've come by and I've seen what you've got going on, and you always have some like curious new setup. You always have like some cool guitar or some like cool like pedal setup. At least lately, I don't know what it's like now. Like this very moment, do you still have those like those cool setups, or are you did you put them away for now?
I I do still have all that stuff. I feel like a lot of musicians, I accumulate gear,
Oh
most of which
yeah.
I don't need.
Yeah, the compressor pedal that you gave me, I put a lot of miles into it and it finally died. It was like that $10 pedal board from Reverb.
Yeah,
Pedal, not
yeah,
pedal board.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
Thank
was
you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm sorry it died.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I got I did some research and I got a different one, a JHS one. Um
Oh,
it's
okay.
been super useful. Yeah. Um yeah, so there's in this sort of realm, sorry, I'm not good at interviewing. You're like the first person, so thanks for entertaining this, by the way.
I think you're doing fine.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Um, you played drums. I know that. You've taught people how to play drums. Um, what have you done, I guess, drumming wise for yourself? Like, have you played in any bands, you know, in your high school years or something like that that you haven't really shared with me before?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I would have talked about this at some point. Maybe I haven't. Yeah, when I was in high school, I was in a lot of different bands, but most of them kind of fizzled out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The two that I was in that like kind of lasted the longest, and we actually like played shows around the Bay Area and stuff, were there's one called Maggie and the Karma Caps.
Were you the Karma Cap
No, I mean, I guess.
or were
Well,
you
actually,
Maggie?
weird. The okay, the thing was that here's the thing. When we came up with the name for the band,
Uh,
there's no one in the band named Maggie. The like the lead singer was male, and his name's Brent. Not no one, no one is Maggie.
yeah, I
Very
see.
clearly. And when we came up with the name for the band, we were all like, "That's funny, right? That like it's stained like there's like this lead artist and we're the backing band, but the that Maggie doesn't exist."
Yeah.
Uh, and we were all in agreement that that was fun and funny, and we liked that. And so that was our name for like a year. And then one day the lead singer was like, "Why is our name Maggie and the Karma Caps? No one in the band is named Maggie." And I was like, "Yeah, that's why it's funny. That's that was the whole point." And then the guitar player was like, "Yeah, why is that our name?" And the bass player was like, "Yeah, it's weird, huh?"
What
And
kind
I
of
was like,
music you guys
what do you mean?
play?
That's the joke." We played indie rock.
Indie rock. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That was
Um,
that was big in the mid to late 2000s.
oh yeah. I mean, that is kind of the time capsule for it, really. Everything else has been like a shadow of its former self.
Yeah.
But you know, there's some cool acts out there. Is there anything recently you've been listening to that you've been like fascinated by? Doesn't have to
Dijon,
be indie, but
Dijon, my like most recent like
nice.
obsession music wise, I guess. I
Yeah,
think
that
I was late to the party with him, but I think he's really great.
same here. I actually have to listen to more Dijon. I actually have been listening to his collaborator, McGee.
Yeah.
Yeah, Two Star
Yeah.
and the Dream Police is like a really amazing album. I'm a lot of people think that, and have you checked it out at all?
Yes. Yeah. That yeah, I really love that album too. I feel I feel kind of emotionally connected to that album because I really was I don't know, I wasn't connecting with music a lot at the time, and like I just found like listening to music hard because I just wasn't enjoying it very much. And when I discovered that album, I was like, "Oh, I like this. This is like this reminds me of why I like music." And it really kind of like pulled me out of this funk with music. And yeah, I listened to that album a ton for a while.
Wow. Yeah, I think we've shared similar experiences then. That's I guess why I brought it up so quickly. I was trying to see if maybe you had some kind of similar experience, but that's cool. Yeah, that's it is very emotional, and I've been looking for more stuff like that. Not that it has to be sad and slow, but you know, just that it's so powerful. And yeah, I don't know. If you have any recommendations at some point, feel free to send them my way. Um, I also wanted to kind of go through like a kind of a quick recap of what you and I have done together in playing music. You know, we first I asked if you wanted to play drums with the band that I was joining with uh, Powder Blue, and that's run by Paul, which we both know. Cool
Hmm.
guy. And then we needed a drummer, and I was like, I know just the guy to, to ask, and I asked you, and you played with us. We played a couple live shows. That was fun. What did you think of that experience?
It was great. It was great. I mean, I love everyone in that band. And the yeah, I wasn't playing drums a ton at the time, so it was cool to have something to work on and a reason to like play and practice and stuff again. Um, yeah, it kind of I think I do better when I'm like musically doing a lot of different things. Keeps me more excited about stuff, and I kind of had tunnel vision on this thing I was working on at the time, so it was really nice to be like, yeah, I'm writing this music, but also I'm a drummer in this band, and I have to like, uh, yeah, I have to split my focus, and I get to like kind of turn my brain away from one thing and focus on something else.
Yeah. No, that's cool. How did that any of that transfer over to playing eventually in a band that I formed with Jesse from Powder Blue and then my friend Thomas, and you played drums in that band. Thank you for playing with us. It was super helpful and valuable, and I'm so very appreciative that you actually like played with us. I always wanted to have you like in a recording, like this. So thanks for that. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Um, how was it playing in that band?
Um, yeah, I mean it was cool. I think it was like because you and I had played together and well you and Jesse and I had played together, like that chemistry I feel like transferred over pretty easily. Um, yeah, I also think it made the practices like fun.
Yeah,
Uh, and Thomas is really cool and is a great guitar player. So
he's
yeah,
carrying a lot right now. He's kind of like doing like soul guitar work and he fills out a lot of the space. It's yeah, I'm very glad I met him and he's a cool guy.
that's cool. Are you
Yeah.
playing bass now?
Yeah, I'm bass and singing, and then Jessie moved over from guitar to drumming, and she picked up really quickly. I don't know what her, I guess background is in drumming, but it's as if she's known it for quite a while. Like I mean, we're practicing, basically from scratch, but we're kind of doing it our own way now, and it's going a lot. It's a lot more seamless than I guess it's first started out. Yeah, I don't know. It's going well. Everyone's having a good time. We're laughing it up, yucking it up. We've yet to play a show, but at some point we will, and I hope we can see you there. See
Yeah, yeah,
see
yeah. If
the
you,
beast that you created there.
well, I don't want to take any credit. It sounds like
Uh,
he's taken over, which is great.
check this out. I got the CD
The
right here.
CD.
Bam.
Oh yeah,
I meant to give you one
I'm
last time
on.
you were over, but I didn't get to.
Hmm.
I forgot.
Yeah,
That's why. But yeah, there you go, right there. You on the left and me on the right.
yeah.
Awesome.
Whoa. Yeah, sure.
Which it's crazy, like we just like how these things travel, like our friendship. After so long, it's like I don't know. I'm very proud of this, just because you and I got to do something together. Finally, I feel like we try to do so many like
Yeah.
song collaborations, and we did play the first time I ever played live. You were backing like with acoustic, so I was really grateful for that too. Um,
Yeah, that's right.
it was outside of my workplace. That was
Yeah.
kind of funny, but
Yeah, that was cool.
um, yeah, it says here we got about like 5 minutes or so. So I guess I'll just give you some two rapid questions and then give you like my banger of a closer.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Okay.
all right. Quick quick ones here. Any games you've been playing recently? Because you and I both play video games. Are you keeping up with anything at all?
Yeah, I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance lately. That's
That's a huge like undertaking. That's like 100-hour long game.
yeah, yeah. And I've got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on my hard drive.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's
We're not
yeah.
hearing from you for a couple years. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I'm trying not to let it take over my life. but it's really good.
On the Xbox,
It's a really
right?
good game.
On the
Yeah,
Xbox.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I
an
feel like
X-Man.
a X-Man. Yeah, X-Man. That's funny. It's good. Anime. You've been watching any anime? You watch a lot of anime, and you always have like really good recommendations. Is there anything you've been like into, or like you would recommend me, and why?
Um, I feel like right now I'm very basic. The stuff that I'm really enjoying is like really mainstream. At least for like this season. Um, I think I think Free Run is really great.
I hear a lot
Uh,
of good things about that. I My Discord friends tell me to check it out, and it's like really beautiful every time I look at a still of it.
yes, yeah, the animation is gorgeous. The story is like really unique and very human and beautiful. It's a great fantasy story.
I'm checking it out. Like I actually will. I just finished rewatching Death Note because
Hmm.
I just needed some negativity in my life. It was going too well over here. Um, but yeah, I'll check out Free Run. So I guess last question, we have about 3 minutes. It's no pressure anyways. Again, thank you for being here. And it's going to be funny to just text you as if nothing happened. Um, so I joined your community group at some point, outside of being part of the Christian program, like the Young Life program. Community group was just like what you had been going to, like your adult group of friends, all meeting up once a week, for a couple years, and it's still going, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember on one of my last ones that I went to go be part of, I guess we were sharing like what we're thankful for, and I specifically mentioned being thankful for you and having known you. And I said something really heavy. I said that you saved my life. And I appreciate that you held space for that. Because I do really feel like that. I think, I see you as like a really close friend and like a mentor, of course. And I'm an only child, so maybe I do this every now and then where I kind of see someone as like a brother. I see you as like an older
Hmm.
brother. I just think we get along well, and I have just no pressure to like show up in any way around you. Yeah, I'm just very appreciative of you in my life. And when you heard me say that in front of a group of people, how uncomfortable were you?
um, I don't know about like I don't know how uncomfortable I was. I think I felt more like I guess like curious than anything. Like I was a little like, whoa, what does he mean by
It's such a loaded question for a minute 30 seconds left. I just
that?
wanted to just throw that out there because I don't want to be holding space for it for too long because I'm embarrassed a little bit. But um, long story short, I think who you are and what kind of life that you've led up to this point, I think always inspires me and kind of shows me that I shouldn't be taking things too seriously. Uh, but that what I do in my life, I do take serious. I guess emotionally and like being a
Hmm.
friend, you just have a lot of levity. Like you have so much space for everybody. Um, yeah, anyways, it says we have less than a minute. I totally took up that space. But I just wanted to share that. And thanks for being
Yeah,
here.
thank you. Thank you for sharing. That's really nice.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Peace.
Okay.
It's gonna,
Peace.
I think it ended already. Or not. Maybe. It might just
Yeah.
die suddenly.
I think it kicks you straight out when it's over.
Oh yeah, that's true, probably.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, uh, thank you.
Thank you. This is great.
High five.
High five.